by the people, for the people.
What's up, yo?
Hello, India.
Hi.
Welcome to Movie Community College. I'm the warrior queen, Tish.
Yes, very good. And
That's the
I
Professor
am
Jeremy.
your lord, with a small L, of course. 'Cause
Jeremy,
I don't want to be
the
presumptuous.
Professor.
Now, why don't you set this up a little bit?
There's really not much to set up. We are doing a movie review for
Om Shanti Om.
And this will be in the top 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Bollywood top 100.
Ask me what...
Our Bollywood top 100.
Yes,
not
it's-
anybody
no,
else's
it's
official
our
list.
100.
Our list, yes.
100.
Yeah.
I think our 100 is going to end up with like 116. We'll end up with 116 in the top 100.
It doesn't make any sense.
We'll have to change the playlist name from the top Bollywood 100 to 116. There's a lot of great movies.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently, in this film, SRK can act.
He certainly can.
And I have dogged him
For a couple years.
For a couple years, and I've lost probably 20,000 subscribers because I dog him.
Not
and
that many.
I am wrong because he can act.
We've just seen him act in some films where we didn't think his acting was very good.
This film
Wow.
was fun.
This was amazing. Now, typically when we do a
Fun.
movie review,
Fun movie.
I will give the
Serious
rundown of the different characters and the different actors. There were so many actors in this giving like special guest performances. There are way too many. You all know who they are.
Yes.
Most important.
I will point one out. Salman Khan was out of step.
Yeah, he was one of the guest
He was
actors.
out of step. He couldn't. Can't
The
hang with
most
SRK.
important special appearance came from everybody's favorite.
Vidian.
Her name is Vidya.
What did I say?
You say Vidian.
I've
There's
heard
no
it both
N.
ways.
It's just Vidya.
I've heard it both ways.
The N is at the end of her last
I'm dyslexic.
name. Okay. Big B. Big B.
Mm.
And of course, before the film started, I knew he would be in it because at the beginning they gave the rundown,
name.
special thanks to, and then there were all these different actors, and I honed right in on Amitabh Bachchan. So I was
said that with
super,
conviction.
well, I was super excited to see that. I was like, did you see who's going to be in it?
Calm down.
So not only did this film have a special appearance by Big B and his son, but Deepika, my favorite actress, was the lead, the female
second
lead.
Film.
This was her second film ever.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Wow.
Outstanding.
So not only could SRK act, so, and a lot of his fans are saying, of course he can act. Why didn't you know this before? We've watched other films where we just didn't think he gave a great
genius.
performance.
This was genius, dude.
phenomenal.
This was phenomenal.
What a clever film. Yes, very cute. Clever film. How many times did I say that while we were watching it?
Yeah,
I'm like,
very clever.
wow,
very
this is clever.
It. I did a trailer reaction. I thought to myself, this could be a fun film.
Yes.
So this film is set in the 70s.
Initially.
And it's in the Indian film industry. Mm-hmm. And it looks like a production company owns this set. And they kind of have top-rate movies being filmed. And then kind of Babu lower rate films being
What we would
filmed.
call here in America, you would have like a feature film, and then you would have what we would call a B film, which is something that most people aren't really going to enjoy, but it helps some people get their start in acting. So,
And so Deepika was the big star
Right.
in the big movies, and SRK.
and her name was Shanti Priya.
In SRK was
Om.
a
He was a junior actor.
a junior artist, which would
Right.
be a B flick. This
Yes.
would be, and what I found hilarious about how funny SRK is he was basically parroting the Telugu film industry. I felt this is like, am I watching Balakrishna? Is this Babu?
There were a couple of his scenes where he's shooting his films, and it was clear, the implication was clear that it was a parody of a Balakrishna film, and we were laughing so
dude.
hard.
You have no idea.
Oh my goodness, yes. It was very funny. So he's got his mom was a junior actress, and his dad had passed away, but he also had been a junior actor. And then he had his buddy.
Yes.
who was with him. And so the beginning of the film basically kind of, focuses on him and his buddy and his mom. And his mom is, very over dramatic. In
Yes,
America, we
yes.
would call her a drama queen.
Yes.
But she was so cute and so lovable. And so she's always telling him how great he is and calls him her prince, and he's going to be so big and famous, and him and his buddy.
He's going to be a hero. You
Yes.
will be the hero.
And one of the funny scenes in the beginning was his buddy is talking to mom, and he's like, oh, Om went to see his girlfriend. And the joke, of course, is that he goes and talks to the billboard of Shanti Priya.
Yeah, and there's a Cholet billboard up.
Yes, and at the time it said still running. So I was kind of bummed as they fast forwarded 30 years forward. I thought that billboard would still be there,
Well, hold
but
on,
it wasn't.
before you get too far ahead of yourself.
So he's at the billboard of Dreamy Girl, which is the movie that she's in. And he's talking to her all the time.
And he
about his
has,
plans
as if you want something with all of your heart,
Right, the universe will conspire to bring it to you.
together. And he starts to have run-ins with this actress.
Yes.
Their paths cross.
In the filming of a movie.
Yes, and,
And
there's
what
there
were
was,
they
there was
doing?
it was a rip on Mother India.
Yes, and
And
we
we
knew
know it
it.
'cause we've seen the movie.
We caught the
Yeah.
reference because we've seen
I'm going to
Mother
tell you
India.
right now, a lot of other reactors have no idea what
We
we're
were
talking
super
about.
excited as soon
They
as
just
we
give you this.
saw. Yes, we saw the bales. We saw all the the hay and the straw sitting there, and then even some of the names were a little familiar. And then the guy
The
is
dude was
dressed
dressed up
like Beerju
yeah,
from Mother India,
yeah.
and then he didn't want to go save her, and they're like, but look what happened. Dutt, he saved her in the movie, and then in real life, she married him. And so, that's supposedly the hook to get him to go save Shanti Priya. But he doesn't do it,
Doesn't have to.
and she gets trapped in the
yes,
fire.
and SRK does it.
Yes,
And
because he
saves
loves her.
Yes, it
He's
burns
in
his
love
back.
with her.
Yes.
Yes.
In the give and play between him and his buddy was
Oh,
adorable.
so funny.
It was
Yes.
funny.
How
And-
about when they were doing their little awards thing? I'll put down I have my Carmex in my hand.
put it down.
I'll put that
What's
down.
wrong with you? You're a junior actor.
It's my little prop.
You are the junior artist.
I
here.
was putting
I
on my
am
lips.
The major.
But anyhow, their little skit that they were doing where they're
Accepting the award.
accepting the awards, but they were totally drunk
The
out
police
of their
came down and
minds.
sat down and listened to him for story
Oh my
time.
gosh, yes. And so he gave him the bottle as his Filmfare award. That was funny.
She then does a thank you.
Yes.
She says, "You know what? We'll go. What do you want to do?"
Right. So he tells her what he would like
and
to
she
do.
does a little kind of clever thing where she shows up in her burqa and
Yes.
says, "Madam cannot make it,"
Right.
and he's like, "Oh,
He's like, I knew
yes,
it. I knew
yeah."
she couldn't come, and basically,
her.
that I'm too low for her, and then of course it's her. She's just playing a joke on him, and so they develop a friendship,
They develop a friendship,
which
and,
he would like to be more,
yes,
but there's a secret he doesn't know.
yes, that she is secretly married to a film producer.
Yes,
And he's like, we got to keep it quiet because we got other things coming. We're going to do Om Shanti Om. This is going to be the biggest movie in the history of India. I got this money coming, but I got to marry this dude's daughter. And she's like, but you're married to me.
And then she tells him she's pregnant.
Yes. And so he does what any honorable guy would do. He kills her. He does this
Her
big
and the
elaborate
unborn baby.
And again, SRK
Takes
is
her to the
trying to
set.
stop. Oh,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. And I thought this movie did a really good job of making me laugh, making me cry.
Yes.
Making me laugh, making me cry. I thought SRK was phenomenal in
Yes.
this. I really did. I thought to myself, you were wrong about SRK.
So-
This guy's got some chops.
Okay, so the dude that she was married to, who later
Was
will
from
go by
D-Day.
Mikey,
Mikey.
yes, was from D-Day. He was one of the great characters in D-Day. And he was also in Anken. Remember, he played
One of the blind guys,
robbers.
yes.
So in any case, clearly he can act too because he's done a variety of different roles.
So Mikey gets away with murder.
Yes, so
Go.
he thinks.
And he goes to America to hide out and becomes
Right.
famous in America. But SRK's character, when he dies, is reincarnated into
Immediately.
into a major star.
Right. Because the person,
Baby.
the people who hit him with their car, they are major stars
Yes.
at the time. And they're on the way to the hospital because his wife is getting ready to give birth to a baby.
So he becomes the baby.
the baby boy, whom they name Om.
Om. And I don't know why I thought, like if reincarnation is real, I didn't assume that it would be instantaneous. I thought it would be a process.
Well, this is a film, so...
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway.
So, in any case, do you remember what his last name was in his new life? It was what his buddy told him you should change your last name to.
Kapoor.
So now he's Om Kapoor.
Om Kapoor.
And he's 30 years old when we meet him as Om Kapoor, celebrating his birthday.
And he's
he's a spoiled brat.
He's a bratty actor.
But mom and dad think he's great.
Yes.
And he's a terrible actor because he doesn't want to do what everybody wants him to do.
Flashbacks. He starts to see things, and it triggers the old memories, the repressed memories.
And we find that he's afraid of fire, but he doesn't know why he's afraid of fire.
Because you died in a fire.
Right. And this crazy old woman keeps running after him everywhere he goes, saying, "You're my son, why did you leave me?"
And he's like,
and he doesn't realize that was his mom.
Yes.
So eventually they meet up because he realizes he starts to remember things, and he really has his major epiphany after the Filmfare Awards. And he's up on stage accepting the award, and all of a sudden he becomes this humble guy. He's not self-righteous, he's not arrogant, he's not snooty and spoiled. All of a sudden, he's just a gentle man. And so he realizes, I think I know what's going on here. And he goes back to Om's home, and there's mom, and the wall is plastered with all kinds of posters of Om Kapoor.
Yeah, that's what they call him, OK, which is clever.
So then he meets up with mom, and he meets up with his old best friend, and they hatch a plot.
Yes, because he understands what happens, and he's got
and he's met Mikey
memory.
Because Mikey is friends with his dad.
And Mikey is back in India and wants to do a film and get back into India.
And OK says,
I'll do
your film.
And,
let's do Om Shanti
and so he's
Om.
going to try to get him to confess. And so they go and they seek out a
Shanti lookalike.
Yes.
And they find Sandy,
who is adorable.
But before they find Sandy, they go through all these auditions for many days, and many of these girls were hilarious.
The one with the inhaler before she took her line, and then there was an old woman. They're like, auntie, ma'am.
Yes,
like,
who you calling auntie?
And
then there was a guy.
The dude dressed up like
dressed
a woman.
up in a dress. Yes. Yes, so they're at their wits' end because they had 30 days to do this, and the clock's running out, and they're like, what are we going to do? And then Sandy walks in, and she's klutzy and clumsy, and she's chewing gum, and she's basically like, I'm here for the auditions. They're like, well, you're too late. And then she's like, well, really, I don't want to audition. I just love OK, and I want to see him. And then she trips again, and then the buddy turns on the light, and they see she looks like Shanti
So
Priya.
just in the sense of brevity, because this will turn into a 2-hour review.
Right.
They put this plan together.
Yes.
The plan is working, but the bad guy realizes, this is a lookalike. It's not a ghost because I saw her bleed. But what nobody realizes is the ghost is really there, making things happen.
Yes.
And justice is served in your face.
Yes, and
it is served.
She says that her body was buried underneath the chandelier because he left her for dead, but she didn't die. He came back, and she was still alive, and he buried her alive.
Yes. What a great movie.
It was so good.
Fun.
Yes.
It was funny.
Yes.
It was exciting.
And
it was romantic.
And then even at the end when they were rolling the post-credits, remember how they were putting all their names on the screen, and then they would show up in cars or rickshaws. And so it wasn't just the actors that got to come out on the red carpet then. It was all of the staff, all of the production, and all the crew.
I thought that was very clever.
It was so funny. Yeah.
Except for the last person who got
there. And they're rolling the red carpet up, and she's like, where is everybody? And then even her car drove off without her.
Yes. So what would you give this film?
A+.
Yeah, I would say a solid A.
It was so
very
funny.
Enjoyable.
Yes.
When we went to church, I was talking to one of our Indian friends, and I said, saw a movie. And they said, what'd you see? And I said, Om Shanti Om. And he just started laughing.
Said the original or the remake, and we were like,
what?
There's an original? Yeah. So I don't know if I even want to see the original
this was
because
too good.
this was
I don't want to spoil.
awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, A+. The only thing wrong with this is that it ended. Really, because I wanted to keep watching. So props to SRK for a great job
Mr. Khan,
acting.
I apologize. You are a very, very good actor.
And props to
Turns
Deepika.
out you can act.
Deepika in
And
only her
I
second
am a
major film.
Gunda.
In only her second film.
Outstanding.
That was
Outstanding.
phenomenal. And I maintain she is the most beautiful woman in India. Yeah. Yeah, she
debatable.
is.
Debatable.
She's beautiful.
It's because you're not in India.
Oh,
Yes.
aren't you?
That's how it's done, fellas.
You're so cute.
What's up? Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I would ask you to please subscribe. Please like and share. And please go check out Dark Sky Radio, the greatest internet radio station in the world.